whatever thing that you have that you feel like is insignificant, God can take that insignificant thing and make it great. So Jesus feeds 5,000 men. In the book of Matthew 14, verse number 13, Matthew 14, verse 13 to 21. I'm going to read quickly so that we can have this video in a short time. What does it say? It says, when Jesus heard what had happened, he withdrew by a boat privately to a solitary place. So not Jesus, old Johnny, he was not really. Hearing of this, crowds followed him on foot from the towns. When Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and healed their sick. As evening approached, the disciples came to him and said, this is a remote place and it's already getting late. Send the crowds away so they can go to the villages and buy themselves some food. Jesus replied, they don't need to go away. You give them something to eat. We have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, they answered. Give them something to eat, Jesus says, and the disciples say that they only have 5 loaves and 2 fishes. 18. Bring them here to me, he said, and he directed the people to sit down on the grass. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied, and the disciples picked up 12 baskets of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate was about 5,000 men, besides women and children. So we see in this passage that Jesus actually fed more than 5,000 men. It was just 5,000 men, and then there were women and children that they didn't add. So roughly maybe 13,000 roughly. So Jesus, the story should be named Jesus fed maybe 12 or 13,000. But we know 5,000 for sure. We don't know how many women and children were there. But the moral of this story is telling us that whatever small you have, Jesus can multiply. There's a word of encouragement to somebody. Some of you have been working so hard all over the 2025 year. You worked so hard. You put yourself to the job, and you probably did not experience exponential increase or a magnitude of, increase. You have just something small. Just give thanks, about it. Commit into the Lord's hands. He can multiply and make it great, So don't be downhearted. Don't be sad. If Jesus could take 5 loaves and 2 fishes and multiply them, feed more than about 10,000-12,000 people, he can multiply all that you have. So don't be sad. Don't be unhappy or ungrateful for the small you have. Be thankful for it, and God will multiply. I'm sure the disciples thought that the 5 loaves and 2 fishes was not enough. I'm sure they thought it was too small. Nothing great can be done with it. But to Jesus, it wasn't. When you have something, God can multiply it and make it great. And you need to have something. You need to have something. This takes my mind to the parable of the talent, where the master gave them something. They used what they had to make some profit. And when the master came, he said they were good and faithful servants. They used what they had to get. And then the master blessed them to have even more. And the scripture says that whatever you have, more will be added. But if you don't have, even what you have will be taken away from you. You need to have something. You need to work. We have hands, we have legs, we have the ability, we have a mind. God has already given us something that we can use to get something. And whatever our abilities can get for us, God can multiply whatever we get. Don't feel like you should just stay in the house and sleep and then everything will be fine. Manna will just come from heaven. God will just bless you with whatever. You need to have something. If you want a good husband, you need to be something before the husband can come to you. If you want more money, you need to make some money. If you have money, then you can make more money. But if you don't have money, it's not easy to make money. You need to fight for something. You need to learn. You need to add value to yourself. You need to have something. You need to have some intelligence, something for God to multiply it for you. Yeah, you need to have something. But whatever small you have, whatever thing that you have that you feel like is insignificant, God can take that insignificant thing and make it great. It's JT here. It's Rama in a few minutes. Peace.